Or like, oh, if you can demonstrate coercion, like you can get the baby back. And I'm like, no,
You're not.
You would have to, you would have to prove a lot of things.
1. Coercion is subtle but pervasive. The adoption process is marketed as empowering, but it often preys on vulnerable women and people during crisis pregnancies. In the episode, Gretchen says the marketing is to convince pregnant people that they need to look at adoption, right? To target them. I talk in the book about how they do targeted Google ads. If you Google help for single moms in Michigan, you could be Googling something that has nothing to do with adoption. 2. Adoption is often a response to inequality. Many birth parents, especially mothers, are pushed towards adoption not because they don't want their children, but because they lack financial or social support. Gretchen says that she was speaking with a birth parent once, and she was like, I didn't relinquish my daughter because of poverty. It was just because my home with my parents wouldn't have been safe to bring her home to. 3. It's a profitable business. This episode highlights that adoption, especially private domestic infant adoption, is extremely profitable. People are still employed because they are facilitating adoption. These attorneys aren't working pro bono, right? The photographers that are offering the package to the prospective adoptive parents to create their profile, they're getting paid. People are getting paid at every step along the way, even through the agencies and through all these services that have developed around them. 4. Marketing drives the industry. Agencies and hopeful adoptive parents often frame adoption as altruistic, while we think a lot of adoptive parents are told that the money that they spend on adoption goes to supporting their child's birth parents during the pregnancy, which is not true. 5. If resources were provided, that adoption wouldn't be necessary in many cases if families had access to basic support. Tyler said, it's interesting too, because I remember talking to Macy and she said, if I didn't have my family, I'd probably be where you are. And then it kind of hit me. All I needed was support and a family and like your lifestyle, and it would have been different. It's an interesting kind of perspective. And when you look back at it, I think it's different because obviously we're older now. And all the things that went into kind of just like telling us what was best, even though someone should have just came in and gave us more information.